just want to introduce ourselves and also just introduce what a love story series is and what it is not.
To see marriages grow and thrive. And the reason why we wanted to do that is because we also see how bad divorce is. I mean, we all know divorce is at, what, 50% right now is the rising rate. But we realize that a lot of couples don't get premarital planning. They don't do any kind of preparation before they get married. And so then, of course, issues arise, and it's kind of like, okay, what am I doing right now? Why did I get married? That whole kind of deal. So
we are married, been married for 4 years, and we enjoy it. Also, just taking in as well just how stereotypes go to one extreme or the other extreme. So one thing that we wanted to, with the conversation, is just where do you really fit in? Like, are you the talker or are you the quiet person? And it's not necessarily just stuck on male female. Of like when all females are talkers, all males are, but our hope is through the conversation of, if you don't already know, just discovering like where you're at in that, so you know when you're connecting with someone else that they're a talker. And that's typically what attracts. Opposites typically attract, but then later on in a relationship, that's kind of what starts to aggravate.
Why are you looking at me?
Different stories out there, but don't allow what the media tells you of, like, you better sit there, girl, and allow them to find you, because you may develop a really great dose of patience.
Person who I approached Tommy and just introducing myself. You know, hey, I thought he looked familiar, which I did. It wasn't a lie. I had to like get a disclaimer because he thought I was lying. Like, seriously, he thought I was lying. He was like, yeah, I don't know you. I've never seen you before. But anyways, you know, I did introduce myself to him. I thought he looked familiar, and I just, you know, said hello. Turns out, you know, we were attending the same church. And so that was that. I left it at that. Like, that was all I said. And then he did take the lead from there, and he, you know, sent me a message on Facebook. And
we're a social media couple.
Yeah. So we, you know, he friended me on Facebook, and we talked on Facebook for a little bit. Then we were instant messenger friends. So we IM'd for like a couple weeks, and then he finally asked me out on an actual date. But even like the whole concept of like, he never, at this time, you know, between Facebook and IM, you don't have to have somebody's telephone number. It's all, you know, email kind of communication. So we had not really talked on the phone. And so that process in and of itself, again, how many ladies are out there like, well, you need to ask me for my number, like, I'm not going to give you my number. There's that back and forth. You know, it's a choice that you make, whether you're going to wait for him to ask you for your number, or if you really want to talk to him, you might give him your number. In the case of our situation, I pretty much kind of tried to have him ask me for the number, but he wasn't asking. Long story short, his battery was dying on his phone, which he was using to IM me, and I said, oh, well, you can just call me tomorrow. And he's like, well, how am I going to do that? I don't have your number. So then it was like, you know, balls back in their court. And I was like, I guess I'm going to give you my number. Here's my number, so you can call me. So anyways, that was our story.
And I mean, that was our story, and it wasn't like I was like, but if she didn't come and just say hello, you look familiar, I probably I wouldn't have. And then, I mean, I was interested in approaching her. We did become Facebook friends, and then I moved to instant message friends. But if she didn't ask for me to call her sometime, then we'd probably still be texting. We'd probably be on Twitter.
Yeah. At least Twitter. Fine, I'll shoot you a video request.
Exactly.
Anyway, so with that said, we understand that there are challenges out there, and each individual, and this is something else, you guys, each and every one of you are completely different. You're uniquely made, so the way that you respond to men, to women, is going to be completely different. So again, this moment tonight is not supposed to be a hard cut and dry, like, here's your script for now, go out and make it happen. You know what I mean? like, it's just an opportunity for you guys to just be able to talk about these conversations and get an idea of how to perceive things. Makes a complete difference. If you're approaching things from, like she said, a poverty mentality or a lack of, then it will feel like there's a lack of, and it'll feel like everybody that you meet is not the right one. Oh no, you must not be right because I'm missing something else. If you do find somebody that you're not interested in, then being very careful in the way that you end that relationship or the way that you, gently let the person down, ensuring that you're not interested, so that you're really helping to protect that person's heart for the next person that may come along. Because how many of you guys know baggage is a beast? And we all have some kind of baggage, whether, I wrote this in our book. Some of us, it's a bag that's just a little bitty, it's a tote and have a few things in there. Some of us carrying our Ziploc bag that's clear with all of your issues, and it's just kind of like, wow, you needed to put that on the table, and some of us put our stuff away in closets, and then when you get a relationship and you open that one door, oh, no, don't go in there. You know what I mean? So we all have those baggage issues, but be honest with yourself. What are the experiences that you've had in the past, and how does that now relate in your current situation or your dating experiences, so that you don't burn people along the way. Your baggage is need to be their baggage. You know what I'm saying? You deal with it yourself.
You leave that in the airport?
Yeah.
But some people's baggage can look as clean as this.
Right.
But this can have a lot of baggage in it.
A lot of memory.
And going into a relationship, you want to make sure that you're not just a taker.
Words of affirmation is my love language, and quality time is Tommy's love language. So when we first started dating, our conversations were very short. And I was like,
this is what attracted her to me, because she talks
right. I was like, oh, he's so laid back. He listens to everything.
And then 3 months later, and she switched.
He's like, why are you not talking? So it can, if you want to learn. And it's not a game. It's a very serious thing, but it's very rewarding. Very, very rewarding. And if you do it with the right part, and you realize that the marriage is not about yourself, then that's a good focus to always keep in mind. So, no cut and dry answers, no formulas, but that's what life's all about. Just kind of try it out, see what works for you. So, thank you guys so much for coming.